From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's Nick Petro with your routine Monday morning weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. And basically, to quote one of our lead forecasters here at the National Weather Service, we found ourselves in a wintry pattern. So this briefing covers the period today through Sunday, the 7th of February. So back to this map I was just showing here. And what we've got ourselves going on here is we've got mostly cloudy. You could see there's this white image is the clouds. That's a visible satellite shot. The green and blues are radar. Green represents rain. Blues represents snow. And you can see there's a little touch of snow up in southeast Virginia. And I've even heard reports of some sleet mixing in across Wake County and surrounding counties. But you can see, like, for instance, Lewisburg, temperature's 32. Henderson is 30. Roxborough is 32. So clearly, temperatures are at or below freezing north of Raleigh. And also call out the attention of this area right here. There's a break in the clouds. You see the red dot, my highlighter? So there's actually some sunshine trying to poke through, and some breaks there in Anson County and up towards Greensboro. There's the sun is really trying to poke through. And look what happens when the sun pokes through. The temperature quickly climbs. Look at that, 40 in Burlington and 41 in Stanley County and 42 down in Scotland County and Laurinburg. So it doesn't take much to quickly increase the temperature once the sun comes out. As you'll see, look at the 32 not too far away from Burlington where it's 40. So anyway, as long as it stays cloudy, and there's one other thing I want to draw your attention to, and this is the wind direction, okay? So the wind is basically blowing from the north to the south, or kind of northwest to southeast. And when I put the temperatures back over, let me see if I can get the temperatures back over. There's the temperatures. You can see that the wind is blowing from a direction where it's colder to the north. Okay, so this northwest wind will reinforce the cold air pouring into central North Carolina. So you could see there's readings here in the lower 30s, mid 30s, even some upper 20s, and with a northerly wind, that will draw down, or the fancy term we use is advect, cold air into our area. Okay, so as that happens, there's there'll be a few spotty showers, and perhaps some spotty sleet, and maybe even some spotty snowflakes that may occur off and on throughout the day today. But you could see any of these areas where it's precipitating. It's very brief. It's light, it doesn't last very long, and it's mixed. So, with temperatures borderline freezing, you could go from rain one minute to sleet the next, to snow the next, and back to rain. It just depends on which side of that freezing line you find yourself, and whether or not there was any sunshine that warmed you up. So anyway, our forecast for today is really just kind of a mix of rain and snow and maybe some sleet. But the good news is it really isn't going to amount to anything, because you can see it's very spotty, very light, and very brief. Okay, so that's the good news. Obviously, conditions are much worse further to our north, up in PA and in the northeast states, where they're getting pounded there with snow. So anyway, on to our briefing slides here. And as I pointed out already, a few passing rain, snow, or sleet showers are possible through tonight. Since they're brief, and we're not expecting any notable impacts or accumulations, okay? I will point out, though, that with temperatures falling tonight to at or below freezing everywhere, I don't want to rule out the potential for some patches of black ice to form Tuesday morning. But I will mention that black ice forms much easier when the skies clear and the winds go calm. Then black ice forms really fast. As long as it's cloudy overnight, that should at least help limit the black ice formation. Okay, but I don't want to completely rule it out. But But anyway, the good news is we're expecting dry weather Tuesday through Thursday. With that dry weather setting up, we're going to have some breezy winds. It's actually going to be, if not quite windy, during the daytime tomorrow. So make sure the trash cans, if they're all along the street, could potentially blow over. Tomorrow. It's one of those kinds of days. Maybe a few small tree branches might break. You can never rule out an isolated power outage or two. Okay, so the wind will be the main factor tomorrow, which will actually make it feel pretty cold with wind chill. All right, then as I pointed out, dry Tuesday through Thursday. Then the next cold front will approach in the late week period on Friday. See in the lower left, there's a cold front that's set to move through. That will be a rainmaker for our area on Friday because it will warm up enough on Thursday that when that front comes through, it should be all rain. Now, look at the upcoming weekend. See that double cold front? Well, that secondary cold front is going to bring a blast of Arctic air into our area on Sunday. That is a powerful high pressure you see there in south central Canada that extends across a good portion of the central U.S. and that cold air is sweeping eastward. So it's going to turn, dare I say, brutally cold here come Sunday into Monday. But as that cold air moves in, it could touch off a few additional precip bands on Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. And it's possible that by then it might be cold enough that it could be snow. So anyway, particularly in the colder favored locations, like north of Raleigh, the northern tier Virginia border counties and north of 85. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned. I think obviously it's as winter is here with us here in the late January, early February. It's right on schedule as it normally. This is one of our colder, more wintry parts of the winter season. So anyway, you'll want to stay tuned. We'll be updating slides and briefings and PowerPoint briefings. And if needed, we'll do some live webinars like this later this week. So obviously, we'll have our routine webinar on Thursday, which obviously will get you updated on Thursday no matter what. But we will add additional briefings if needed. Okay. So anyway, that concern is for this weekend. In the meantime, look for less than a quarter inch of rain today, dry Tuesday through Thursday, and then a half inch or less of rain with Friday's frontal system. And Sunday, you could see there's painted green, but there's a lot of uncertainty because some of that green could fall as snow. So you'll want to stay tuned. All right. No risk of flash flooding the next 3 days and no risk of thunderstorms the next 3 days. And then as we look toward the 8 to 14 day, a lot of that blue is going to seep down our way eventually. So anyway, that's going to be the main weather stories we head into early next week. All right, so just to kind of wrap this up, first thing I'll point out is it's good news as you look down at the bottom at the 5 day at a glance, you'll see each day is a little progressively warmer. So, Tuesday is going to be pretty chilly. That's well below normal, high in the mid 40s. Same thing on Wednesday, but sunnier, high in the mid 40s. That's well below normal. But look at Thursday and Friday. It warms up ahead of that next front on Friday. So that's why we think Friday's, precip will be rain. But then what happens after Friday, after the first cold front moves through, that's where more concern lies. So again, just to wrap it up, a few passing rain, snow, or sleet showers are possible through tonight anywhere across central North Carolina. I'm not going to confine it to one part or the other. It could happen. Snow, sleet, rain mix could happen anywhere. No notable impacts or accumulations are expected because they're very brief, passing, quick, and not really expecting a big problem. Dry weather Tuesday through Thursday. The next cold front and associated rainmaker will move in on Friday. And then a secondary blast of cold air will move into our area on Sunday. There could be some snow or mixed precip associated with its front this weekend. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned. I do want to highlight again the wind on Tuesday. It could lead to a few broken tree branches, maybe perhaps a few isolated power outages. And we can't rule out a few patches of black ice Tuesday morning either, with some wet roads lingering overnight tonight and temps falling to near or maybe just below freezing. I would be more concerned if the skies were clear tomorrow morning because, the clouds, help radiate energy back down to Earth. So even though it's going to drop below to 32, if it's cloudy, that'll really help. But I don't want to rule it out. And I don't want to say categorically there'll be black ice, but just something to watch out for Tuesday morning. Okay. Again, with some wet roads lingering overnight, there could be some freezing. All right. And then finally, just to reiterate, a very cold air mass will move in late this weekend. Some mixed precip or even some snow is possible with its arrival this weekend. You'll want to stay tuned. And again, just another reminder, we'll be doing another routine briefing on Thursday, same time, same place. We'll have a full update. And then if confidence increases to the point where we can start sharing details earlier, if it looks like a wintry event this weekend, obviously we'll start sending out briefings before then. But definitely stay tuned to your email, and we'll keep you updated for sure. All right, so that wraps up this Monday's weekly briefing for Central North Carolina.